We are here.
We are here. So
We are here.
exciting.
We are here in the flesh, or Zoom, I guess you want to call it. Miss Rona definitely sucks. I
Rona's
think
taking everything away from everybody.
I think at this point in the year we're just I think we're over it. I think, a lot of us, we started this quarantine pandemic, with, I guess, this right state of mind, this mindset. And now we're just like, all right, 2021, we're coming, 2020, that's for the birds.
Facts. That is so, the thing is about Miss Rona is she has came in and changed everybody's lives, altered how we communicate. But one thing I will say for sure is that COVID-19 has made entrepreneurs, really entrepreneurs, people that said they wanted to do what they were going to, it made dreams come true, honestly. Because for us, we're starting our podcast, Conversations with the Colemans, unapologetic conversations with the Colemans, okay? And I just think it has grew people closer to their families. It's built foundations that were not there before. Speaking of ours in particular, I just think that COVID-19 really made you just look at yourself and take self-inventory and start investing in you. So COVID did some beautiful things. It took some people away from us, some beautiful lives, but it also replaced it with ambition and hustle, for sure.
Yes, that is very well put. I think that's a good way to just describe this whole year.
Yeah.
I think 2021 is definitely the year of growth. I think it's definitely a year of new energy. And speaking of new energy, by the time we're recording this, we are in 2020 right now, but by the time this is uploaded, we will be in the new year. So for everyone listening, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy holidays. Stay safe, please. Wear a mask. Protect yourself. Wash your hands. Take your vitamins. Eat well. Sleep.
Yes.
Things that we don't normally think to do. Definitely, this is a time of self-care. No one else can love you more than you. So this is the season of loving yourself. So when I'm saying energy, I don't know if you know, but tomorrow, well, before we get into that, let's introduce ourselves. Because we've been talking and everyone's just like, who are these people?
Who are you guys? Yes, so, let's do that.
Ladies first, and plus you have a longer resume than me, so.
Yes, ladies first. Let's get into this ponytail, okay? For everybody that is viewing and not just listening, this ponytail is giving me life this early morning, okay? Early morning. But outside of that, my name is Dr. Ebony Coleman. I have many degrees, okay? Let's just start there. Many degrees, okay? Not wanting to sound like the lady off of Housewives of Potomac, even though I love her. Speak on your degrees, sis, okay? Speak on it. Relish in all of your accomplishments, okay? Love you, sis. So starting with my degrees, I do have a bachelor's that I was able to achieve at Oakland University in psychology. I have a master's that I achieved at Argosy University in Atlanta, Georgia. My master's is in forensic psychology. And I have a PhD, which I achieved at Walden University in forensic psychology. So I'm all about the study of the mind, okay? I love to get into people's depths and just like peel back the layers of understanding who they are, but most importantly, what made them the way that they are. I love that. That's my thing. I love to run. I love long walks to the bank. I love deposits.
we hold on, time out. We're just, at first I was just like, she's just gonna, sis, this is sounding like a dating profile. But then you said the bank, and I was like, okay, yep, that sounds about right.
long, successful walks to the bank. Okay, them deposits, I like them heavy. But yeah, outside of like me accomplishing things as far as like my academia, I love life. I'm a fun, well-traveled person. Before I became Dr. Coleman, I've been a flight attendant. I traveled the world internationally. I love journeys, whether it is a physical journey, whether it is a mental journey. I love to journey in life. And despite life's challenges, I feel like I relish in the ambition part of it. Like I love to get up knowing what I want to do and just going out and being proactive in my life, not reactive, but proactive. And I'm just excited about unapologetic conversations with the Colemans. I think this is about to be a dope podcast. Yes, I'm going to give you professionalism, but I say that I'm mixed because it's going to be professional, but it's going to be a little ratchet too. It's going to give you Erykah Badu, but it's going to give you a little City Girls as well. It's just it's a blend, and I love me for that. I feel like people love the fact that I am like that because I'm so much more than just your run-of-the-mill doctor. And in this podcast, I want to be able to show every woman, especially my Black women, that yes, you can go out there, you can be a professional, you can crush all your goals, you can do all those things, but you do not have to live in the box that society says that you have to live in. Meaning, if you are a doctor, but you still like to turn up and you like to love your life because your life is lit because you made it that way, you can do it and you can be unapologetic about it. So, long story short, that's me. On the podcast, I might address myself as Ebony. My brother, of course, will call me Ebony. Sometimes I'll say Dr. E. Sometimes I'll say Dr. Coleman. It just depends on what bag I'm in. It just really depends. If you guys have Instagram, Facebook, check me out on drebonycoleman.com. On that website, you will see that I am a wellness coach. I do wellness coaching, consulting, and I do actual sessions. So in addition to that, I have a mentorship program as well for young mentees that are looking to go into the field of psychology. I'm teaching you how to really get involved in the field and to also know what it is that you need to know. I know it's a lot of us out there that we want to go to school, we don't have the money or we don't have the resources to know like what's the next steps. I have offered a mentorship on my website that will teach you exactly how to do that. In addition to wellness coaching, I also have a fitness wear line, which is Curve Wear by Dr. E. So that's where the Dr. E comes in. In addition to my website, drebonycoleman.com, I'm also a co-host on the I Love to Hustle show because yes, I love to hustle in many ways. I love to dance, but I also like my bags. So I like to hustle for my bags as well. So yeah, I'm a co-host on that. And then now I am a co-host on the podcast with my lovely brother, Donald, Unapologetic Conversations with Dr. Coleman. So with Dr. Coleman. Unapologetic Conversations with the Colemans.
I was like, correct yourself.
Okay, get it together. Stop being a narcissist. But yeah, so yeah, that's really me. I feel like the more that you guys listen to our podcast, you will get to know me more. But that's just the crux of my foundation. And I'm excited to be on here, and I'm excited to, reach the people and talk about some real things and not feel as though I have to be apologetic about any of them. So, what up, though, y'all? Because I am from Detroit. Okay.
Yes. I love that introduction. Y'all really go check out her website. And she does have sales. Y'all, when I tell y'all, she will get y'all together. If it's not the wellness, it's the mentorship program. If it's not that, it's the curveware. And if I'm not mistaken, you do have a couple of ebooks out.
Yes, I do.
So
I
I
forgot to talk
know,
about that.
right? I was like, I know she forgot about it, but I'm just gonna bring it up anyways. She has a couple of ebooks out. I know one of them was for juicing. Another one was for I believe weight loss, fasting,
Yeah.
detox. So y'all can go check that out at our website. Just just to throw that out there. But
This is shameless plug, drebonycoleman.com.
but listen, if you can't plug yourself, then how can others plug you?
That's facts. That's facts.
Right?
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you.
Yes, always. We have to support each other. Definitely, not only as family, but also, me being a Black man supporting a fellow Black woman. Always, melanated queens out here just trying to thrive.
Facts.
And before I get into my introduction, let's go into coffee time.
Yes,
So
coffee time.
Today I was a little okay, I guess for some background on that. When me and my sister were sitting down, we were shooting ideas back and forth with each other about what we want this podcast to be. And first thing we were like, well, what do we both have in common? And if you can't guess already, it's coffee. So today I am drinking and this is not sponsored, but Starbucks, you should sponsor us.
Thank you.
But this is the Starbucks triple shot energy, extra strength, if you can't already tell. It's French vanilla flavor, but they have a whole bunch of other flavors. They have regular black, caramel, and I know they have seasonal flavors as well. So if you like your white peppermint, or if you are a pumpkin spice kind of gal, then
get into the seasonal flavors.
So I know they do offer those, but yeah, this is what I'm drinking today. Because when you have an early morning show, sometimes you don't have como say energy.
Yes.
To get through it. So this is definitely one of the many things I'll be using to get through today's show. Oh, that was satisfying. But yeah. So just to get to my own introduction, like I said, my sister kind of talked about me briefly. My name is Donald Coleman. I am the brother to Dr. Coleman, hint, hint. I'm currently a student I'm a second year student at the illustrious Eastern Michigan University. University, I'm sorry. Located at Ypsilanti, Michigan. I am currently studying biology. I am a biology major. I'm also double minoring in psychology and communication. So I guess that kind of incorporates literally all aspects of this podcast. Psychology, communication, science. I'm even wearing Black Scientists Matter.
Yes. You always have a dope shirt though, and that's another thing people need to know about you. Like, I honestly think if you guys are watching versus just listening or doing both, I love my brother's shirts. Like, as you can see in the background, it says Black Lives Matter. He's always just like, he's in it. I call him my activist. I don't know if you want to own that title because that's heavy, but I think that you're an activist, and I love that about you. I really do.
Yeah, I do call myself a socio-political activist. I think the term activist, and this is just a small little tangent, but I'm going to get back to my own introduction in a minute, but this is a part of me. I definitely feel like over the span of a couple months, I didn't really know what being an activist meant. But then when the protests started to erupt around the world, especially in Michigan, around Detroit and whatnot, I definitely just felt that calling. I feel like every generation has that call, and it's up to you to kind of I guess ignore it. But for me, I think I had to take my own self-inventory about all the privileges and all the things that, I was granted growing up. And you know what? I felt though it was time for me to give back to my own community. Whether that be through social media, through me getting out there at the protests, got a knuck and buck, whatever that entails, I just felt that it was my time to be there for my people.
I agree.
So that's what I feel like being an activist is. I am by no means a role model, but that's too much to bear for me.
That's right. I know that's a lot. That's what I said, it's a heavy title. So shouts out to Tamika Mallory and just like all my brothers and sisters that's out there doing the work. Especially you, Donald. I know that you have been out there. You've been out there advocating, doing what you needed to do to make your voice heard. So I appreciate that. I've been doing my thing from the mental health aspect. So just actually seeing people out there that's physical bodies, and that I just think it's a beautiful thing. I really do.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think also people believe that activism just looks like protesting, and activism is so much more than that. I think whatever field you're in, whatever profession you're in, whatever discipline you're in, I think everyone has the capacity to make their voices be heard and to stand up and say, hey, this isn't right, enough is enough. We are here, we're not going anywhere.
I agree.
And I think that is just basically what the foundation of activism is. I think it's just a group of people or an individual just saying, hey, this isn't right. I'm sick of not having my voice being heard. It's time to speak out. And so going back to the introduction part now, I know. Y'all, we get off in the tangents.
Yes, we do. All the time. It's sickening.
It is. It really is. And I think what I like about my sister so much is that, all my siblings really, but you guys, I think, push me to think, more on intellectual level. Well, I hate saying that like that, but I think you guys push me, I think, on an intellectual level, but also on a philosophical level. And I think that's what I love about our sibling dynamic is that each of you kind of push me in some sort of capacity, and I kind of love it. Sometimes y'all can get on my nerves, but I think...
Of course. That's what you do. That's what the older sisters and brothers do.
Yeah, so I think that's what I do love about you guys, though, is you guys are always constantly pushing me. And I think whether I appreciate that now or later, I'm just thankful that I have that. You know what I mean? So yeah, going back to me finally. I'm also involved in my school's Black Student Union, our BSU. We haven't had many events this year due to Corona, but I know last year, oh God, we had so many events. We had Black Leadership Summits. We've had our recent keynote speaker who came to speak was, I don't know if you know him, Dr. Lamont Hill.
Yes.
You know
I
him?
actually looked him up when I seen that you had posted it on your IG.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so him, and we also had a speaker of one of the Little Rock Nine.
Really?
Yes, and that was very interesting. I loved every moment of that speech. Definitely something you don't get to experience every day, and it's definitely something you don't get to experience every day at a PWI.
Exactly.
And yeah, for those of you who don't know, PWI stands for a primarily white institution, and the melanated side is the HBCUs, historically Black colleges and universities. Eastern Michigan University is a PWI. Oakland is also a PWI. So I think we both
have... Walden, so it's Argosy.
So I think we both have that unique, I guess, point of view coming. We're both PWI educated Black people. And there's a uniqueness behind that because we've experienced things and seen things that not your typical HBCU student may have experienced. So other than that, that's pretty much it. I'm a brother, I'm a son, I'm a friend.
You're a dope brother. A dope brother. Like, you guys will understand why I say he's a dope brother the longer that you guys listen to this podcast. But understand that he's a dope brother. He doesn't allow anybody to think for him. He thinks for himself. And that's why I believe our relationship is so strong, because of him being an independent thinker. So just wanted to put that in there. Sorry about the cutoff.
No, it's perfectly fine. Yes, I do pride myself. I think one of my better qualities, I think, is that I am a free thinker. I don't necessarily like to subscribe to just boxes, labels, ideals. I think there's room for growth. I think there's room for failure. I think there's just so much room for personal growth as well. And for a lot of people, that looks different in different capacities and different forms. So, yeah, she's not wrong about that, y'all. That is one thing you'll definitely learn more as we delve into the podcast and when we talk about different subject matter. Is that, yeah, I have some thoughts and opinions.
Yes, you do.
I guess one thing to throw out there, I am very much a spiritualistic person. I do believe, and I'm wearing one of my stones now. You probably couldn't see it because I'm wearing a black shirt. But,
right.
It's a black Tourmaline stone, and one of its properties is it's protective stone. So whether you like to meditate or not, this stone is definitely good to wear around you as a pendant or maybe as a ring. Definitely it protects against negative energies, negative thoughts that we encounter on our everyday lives. I know I wear this bad boy everywhere, okay? And if I know I'm about to face some demons, oh baby, this comes in handy.
I know that's right.
And one thing I would like to incorporate, I'm more on the spiritualistic side than my sister is. I think that's one of the things that I think she likes about me, is that I'm heavy into the sage. I'm heavy into the cleansing because I think it is important, whether you are a person of faith or not. I think there's always room for that spiritualistic side in everyone, whether it be waking up, meditating for 5 minutes, whether it be lighting some sage, taking a cleansing bath, whatever it is that helps you maintain not only your emotional health, but your mental health and also your physical health, which I would like to go into Stone of the Week, as I'm going to call it. This bad boy right here, for those of you who are watching, this is a Sunstone. And one of the properties I like about Sunstone is that for me, I put it underneath, or like I put it in my pillowcase, and it helps me wake up refreshed, energized, more focused, ready for the day, because its property is energizing, right? So for those of you who are just tired all the time, or maybe you just find yourself emotionally or mentally drained a lot, definitely keeping a sunstone in your vicinity will definitely help kind of curb some of those feelings and thoughts.
I agree with you. I love that you're introducing stones. I think that's important. Going back to like the holistic side of how we connect, I love stones. I love saging. I love detoxing because I think that it just gives your body a new like revamp. It refreshes everything, not just like your physical, but your emotional. It cleanses the soul. I just recently had a foot detox on Thursday. And literally it helped with my insomnia. Like, because my mind is constantly like on go mode, I need something to like calm me down and allow for me to sleep. So I do foot detoxes, usually like once a month. I know that you can do them 3 times a week. You're supposed to do them 3 times a week, but I just don't have the time like that. So I try to put it in my schedule at least once a month, in addition to like going to the chiropractor, I run 3 to 4 times a week. I juice almost every day. I pray. Okay. Listen, I stay prayed up. All those things help and contribute to your overall wellness. So I connect on that. I want that stone around your neck too, FYI, because them demons be out here. Okay, and I need a stone to ward them off.
Yes.
Okay.
Like I said, and this is also a fun fact, birthstone, because tourmalines are the birthstone of October as well as opals.
Okay.
So I think that's why I resonate with this stone a little bit more than most. Because for y'all who don't know, I was born October 3rd. I'm a Libra.
Yes, you.
Lovely, lovely Libra. We are friendly. We are charming. A little bit on the flirty side. So if your significant other is a Libra, put them on a leash.
Not a leash.
I'm kidding. Only slightly.
I'm kidding, but I'm serious. Okay.
I'm kidding, but I'm serious.
Right.
But yeah, no, I think that is one thing that you guys will find out more about us is that we both tend to look at life a little bit more holistically than most. I think it's also important, and we're both science-based too. So definitely it's interesting to see how we combine our holistic views with also views of science, because a lot of people think that you can't necessarily be a scientist or medicine or whatever without neglecting like the holistic. People think that you can't combine medicine and holistic thinking, and that's not true. I think medicine definitely has its place. Don't get me wrong, but also I think the body has certain, we have chakra points and we have energy alignment. And I think it is important that we always work to kind of keep those things in balance, right? Because without the balance, you start to slip into things like having high anxiety, depression, insomnia, all these things that can be helped if you just practice some mindfulness. I think that is one thing I want us all as Black people to practice in 2021 is a little bit of mindfulness, and whether that's meditating, taking a walk every morning, going to the gym if you can, just something that anything like I know if you have an Apple Watch, I know there's an app. It's like breathing. That's mindfulness, doing breathing exercises.
I love that on the Apple Watch, the breathing.
Mm-hmm.
It comes in handy. Like it's almost like they know exactly when you need it. So I appreciate that. I really do.
Yeah, so I know there's like different breathing techniques you can do.
Mhm.
So just anything to kind of just bring yourself
Yeah.
at a balance. And I know that, especially with the pandemic, a lot of us are stressed. A lot of us are anxious all the time. Depression is almost at an all-time high. And it's time that we start to learn how to love ourselves more. And I think being in quarantine, definitely for a lot of people, and it's okay not to be productive in quarantine, right? It's okay to not necessarily be a mindfulness guru every day. I think that's also one thing we should acknowledge is that it's okay not to be this Superman, Superwoman all the time, right? Because I know me and you both talked about having days where, it's easier just to slip on some sweatpants and a hoodie or a jacket and just stay in bed. And that's perfectly fine. I mean,
Some days it is. And it's needed some days. It's needed. Like today is a Sunday. So for me, outside of doing this podcast, I'm at home. Like I'm not at my home because I'm in Michigan. And I currently reside in Atlanta. Resided in Atlanta for many years, on and off. It's been about 10 or 11 years on and off that I've resided in Atlanta. But yeah, so going to mindfulness, let's stay there because I think that's a very powerful topic. Right now, I'm currently in Michigan. I was going to come to Michigan for Christmas anyway, but I came a couple weeks earlier because of my grandmother just passed away. And she's been sick. It wasn't from COVID, thank God. She's been sick from other things, but she recently went to be with the Lord. And I honestly, I feel sadness because her physical being is not here anymore. But overall, I'm happy. Like I'm happy that she's where she knew she was going. She's with the people that she loved. And I'm happy for her because no longer does she have to suffer or be here and knowing, she has doctor appointments or she's not at her 100% health. So I'm happy that my grandmother is there. And I bring mindfulness into this topic because being here has really made me tap into family and tap into, I'm gonna say this because that's just the type of person I am. Just not giving a fuck about things that don't matter. Like I honestly have been having the best time of my life since I've been here. I've been out with, just close friends and small groups because of social distancing.
Right.
But I've been having a good time. Like, and not caring about what people think about me, not caring about if I say this, how it's going to impact a person. I'm just living my life. Like I'm finally feeling like I'm just living me. And I hate to keep going back to the conversation, but it's just a thread, being unapologetic about it. I've been on that kind of journey because I told y'all I'm a journey person. But like since my grandmother passed away, I literally have been just like, you know what? Life is short. You better live it, especially when you're young and you have your health, you have your youthfulness, you have a clear mind that is something that is accessible, because sometimes our thoughts are not accessible. It escapes us. I have all of that, and I have so much to be thankful for. I have a beautiful family. I have a beautiful body, because I work out.
I was thinking when you said that, immediately the body yada yada song. I was like,
yada yada yada. Ooh, what no. But I do all these things because yes, I love the way I look when I work out, but I do all these things because I want to always have a clear cut mindfulness about myself, take care of myself, so that when I'm on my wellness coaching appointments, when I'm guiding people on their journeys in life, when I'm reaching out to people virtually via our podcast or whatever it is, I want to make sure that I have my stuff together and I'm happy where I am, because I never want to pour into somebody else negativity or toxicity. You never want to do that. And I just feel like since I've been here, I've been pouring nothing but positive energy into other people because I've been happy. Like I honestly I'm in a good place. I'm in a good place. And I just want to bring other people to that. Like I want people to feel that you don't have to conform. You don't have to live up to people's expectations of you. I know you know a lot about that. Both do,
Yeah.
Okay. You can be who you want to be, as long as you're not out here being a zombie, because we got a lot of zombies that's out here, just walking around, bodies, no ambitions, no goals, just living day to day, not knowing how they're going to fulfill their next day because they're just letting society rule them. I'm talking about being out here and trying. You don't have to be 100% the best of who you are. You don't have to have all the money in the world, the best looks in the world, but you're trying. You're doing what you need to do for you. And I just think that in the society we live in, because instant gratification, we go on our phones. I know y'all love this case. We go on our phones and we're constantly like looking at people's Instagrams, looking at people's Facebooks, so concerned about other people's lives that we invest so much into other people's mindfulness and self-being that we don't even focus on ourselves. You're so busy trying to live up to the little babies or the Gucci's or whoever in the world, that you're not living up to who you are. What do you like to do? Who are you? What makes you sleep well at night? What hydrates your body? What slicks down your edges? Okay, I'm just saying, you know, what makes you you? What makes you happy? What makes you want to get out of the bed in the morning when you can just sit in those sweatpants and that hoodie? What makes you want to do you? That to me is mindfulness. You know, that to me is self-care. Like when I was doing my research for my dissertation, I did my research on mental health practitioners and burnouts and how that's unethical to practice as having burnout. And I looked at self-care practices. How is it that these mental health practitioners are caring for themselves, given that they give so much to others? And one of the main things, like, I don't care if they were psychiatrists, psychologists, MDs, because I interviewed them all, lawyers, I interviewed them all. And because I think lawyers are mental health practitioners in a way as well, but we'll get into that later.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Okay. But one of the main things that I got to in my interviews was I asked them, what do you do for you? And how does that make you happy? And it was the hardest question to get like feedback on, because they kept telling me, oh, well, I do this for my partner, or I do this for my children, or I do. And I just had to like center them and refocus them and realign them to my question.
It's
My
like,
question is that like, pause.
for you.
You. You're telling me about your business, you're talking about your family and your spouse, but you're not telling me about what it is for you. And I interviewed quite a few people. I did a qualitative study, but I would say about 7 to like 10 of my participants in my research study, when I asked them that question and refocused it and realigned it back to what I was really saying when they went off on a tangent about other people, they started crying. They became emotional. And I just think during this quarantine, if you have not learned anything about yourself, like really learned about who you are, you're doing yourself a disservice. And I'm not talking about like, oh, I can sit and watch Netflix with myself so I'm good. I'm talking about literally getting up, looking in the mirror in silence, and pinpointing things about you that you like. Pinpointing things about things that you don't like. Looking at your relationships with other people and reevaluating them, because everybody ain't meant for your season right now. Everybody not meant for your transition. Everybody can't breathe on your level. It'll suffocate them. And if people can't breathe on your level of success because it sacrifices them and suffocates them, they're going to bring you down, period. Point blank in the period, sis. They're going to bring you down. And that can look like negative self-talk. That can look like you telling your dreams to a toxic person and they telling you it's not going to ever come to fruition. Or it could just look like being around other people and feeling this small when you've accomplished a million different things. You've accomplished waking up in the morning, putting your clothes on, showering, brushing your teeth, getting in your car or catching the bus or whatever, Ubering, whatever. You accomplished that. All of that is what a lot of people that commit suicide or have suicidal ideation or going through major depression, they can't achieve that. And it's no negative towards them. I'm just saying kudos to you for doing that. Just that. Because there's some people that can't wake up to themselves and get into clothing to even go around other people. So you have to really look at yourself during this time in quarantine. Mindfulness is so much. If you're not out here being happy, hydrating, getting them edges together, if you're not doing what you need to do for you right now in this time, not looking around and taking inventory on the fact that it's so many people out here that's suffering, dying, that wish, laying on a ventilator. My grandmother was on a ventilator, you know, and she was sitting there, she's talking about, like, of course she lived a full life, but she still wanted more. She still wanted to be like, I want to be there. I want to see you get married, Ebony. I want to see your children. Like, she wanted more. And honestly, that's how we should be. We should want that. It's nothing wrong with saying you love life to the fact that you don't ever want to be over with it because you love it so much. I think that's so dope. And I want people during this time of quarantine to get to that space. Because when I see my grandmother on that ventilator and she still wanted more, I was like, that's gonna be me. I want that. I didn't see the negative part in there. I don't really stay negative for too long. I'm a Leo, July 29th. Okay, like, we in that thing. We are the
Leos, the fire sign.
Jungle.
Yeah, them Leos. I can't say though, just to add on to the conversation, Leos, some of y'all are the best people I've ever met in my entire life. I think just because I think partly due to Libras being air signs and Leos being fire signs, so I think we add to you guys' fire. So it's always a good time with Libra and Leos. But going off on that,
I like the way you said that though. Like, adding, I think you guys do, because every air sign that I know, the dopest people. I want to give a shout out to Tiana Brawley. Like, I met her when I was in Cali. She's one of the dopest people that I know. So, and she's an air sign. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, I think it's natural. I think those two elements we add to your guys' fire, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I think for some relationships, I think a little bit too much air and too much fire, you're gonna start a wildfire. Sorry, Cali, sorry, California. I know y'all going through it, but I think that's a good thing. And here I go talking of being my zodiac, being my astrology. I think it's always a good thing for that compatibility, right? I think that's one thing we always look for in relationships, going back to what you were saying earlier. Mindfulness, I think, is one of the most powerful things one can practice. And mindfulness looks different to everyone. There's no right way to practice. There are certain tools and exercises you can use, but I don't think what may work for me may not work for you. You know what I mean? And so going off of that, and when you were talking about relationships, I felt that hard because I think not everyone is right for your season. I think everyone goes through seasons, everyone goes through phases, and when you're going through a season of growth or a phase of growth, I think that is time where you are figuring out, okay, either who am I or what's my next step in life. And not a lot of people can see that. Not a lot of people want to acknowledge that, that you are making these necessary steps and adjustments for a better you, for a better future. Whether that be, okay, what am I going to do for my career? What am I going to do academically? Am I going to buy a house? Am I going to get a new car? Am I going to write a new book? I'm not even going to go there. We talked about that, but I'm not even going to go there. But or whether it's to start a podcast, you know, it's so many things that people love to see your downfall. That's the sad story. And the moral of the story is there are people out there who subconsciously or not want to see your downfall. And
shout out to T Grizzly. I had to add that in there. Praying on my downfall. Praying on my downfall.
No, we have two people from Detroit. It never ends well.
You're going to always hear what up, though, and a Detroit artist. Clearly.
A Detroit artist, we always are going to turn out an event wherever we at. There's never a dull moment.
You never.
But and a lot of people think negativity is only for like friends and associates, but it can be intimate relationships too, like your partner, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, family, co-workers, bosses. It can be anyone that doesn't necessarily want to see you succeed. And I think early on in my life, I think I've noticed, and I think you can kind of agree too, that you have to work past those obstacles. You know what I mean? You can't necessarily let what others' opinions and thoughts dictate how you should be and how you should act. Because I think if you did that, you would be very miserable. I think you would live a very miserable life. And
say it again. Say it again.
You would live a very miserable life, and you would not be happy, and you would literally be a statistic of depression, anxiety, suicide, all of that. And I think, especially in 2021, I think a personal goal for me is to just learn, like you said, to not give a fuck. Because it's so easy to get caught up in what the trend is, what's this, what's that, and it's no. It's okay to be a free thinker, y'all. It's okay to break away from the herd and figure out what's on that side of the fence. Y'all going this way, but I want to see what's on this side. Y'all can go this way, but I'm gonna just take a little detour. Now, if I meet up with y'all again, it's Gucci, but if not, I see you. You got me on Snapchat, but you know what I mean? It's I think especially now that, things, well, I don't even want to say with this whole vaccine business, but whenever hard lockdown and whenever numbers start to stabilize again, and, I don't even want to say normal, because there is no new normal, right? I think that's why I'm saying 2021, the energy, this is new energy. We are in unprecedented times. I don't think we've ever experienced anything like this in all of recorded human history, right? And we are on the frontier of history. Ain't that crazy just to think about it? Like, we are literally on the precipice of history. And I know, actually, by the time we're recording this, do you know why tomorrow is so special, December 21st?
Why is that?
So our planets will be aligned in total alignment. So the energy tomorrow is going to be magnificent. So if you are someone, if you like to manifest, tomorrow is a great time to either verbalize them or write them down. I know I will be meditating tomorrow because that's going to be a hard reset on all my chakra points, boy. I'm ready for it.
I love that.
I think once I leave the gym tomorrow, baby, I'm coming back and I'm going to get my soul and energy right.
I'm so thankful that you told me that, because, I went to Target. Shouts out to Target. Like, I need a sponsorship. I'll be in Target. I will go in Target for one thing and end up coming out spending over $100. It never fails. Okay. But speaking of alignment, speaking of Target, I went and I got my planner, my 2021 planner. I go every year, you guys. I go usually in December, like towards the end of December, to go and get my planner for the new year. Like, I've been doing this for years at this point, especially when I went into graduate school. Planners have allowed for me to say what I'm going to do and actually execute it. So, so going back to Target, I got my planner, and I've been looking at the days, like, what day do I want to sit down and start planning? Because I like to fill out my month of January before the new year. So I need to sit down and do that, which I'm going to now do it tomorrow because you told me the planets are aligned. But when you're talking about manifesting, I love to manifest. I call myself the doctor of manifest ministries. Okay.
That's a good title.
I love to sit down and manifest, like whether it is manifesting about something, it could be something small, y'all. Like manifesting that my edges grow back when them braids is too tight, or manifesting something big, far as completing my PhD. Like, let's go there. As a Black woman, well, we didn't come like, we don't have anybody in our family that we can go to and like, how do you become a doctor? Like, what are the, you know, we just went out there. We were taught academia is very important at young ages. And we were taught to just go out and be proactive in your life. You go make things happen. And so I feel like our foundation comes off of manifesting. That's just what we do. And I feel like being proactive in it is the main way to make sure it happens, period. You can tell me you want to be an archaeologist over in Egypt and you are from the east side of Detroit. Shout out to 7 Mile and Buffalo. You know, like, if that's what you want to do, you can do it. I don't care if the Detroit public school systems is shitty. I don't care if you telling me that you don't got the money to do it and you don't know how. If this is your dream, you align your dreams to reality. If that means sitting down and writing them out, that's what you do. If it means one day at a time, you're giving yourself positive affirmation, that's what you do. But you do it for you. You manifest for you. Don't tell me that it didn't happen because somebody around the corner told you couldn't do it, or you was too tired, you couldn't get out of bed. I'm tired right now, okay? I'm not in my normal environment. I'm not in Atlanta. I'm in Michigan. I've been going out, giving myself so much to things, you know. Shout out to my sister, Alexis. Her graduation party was yesterday. And she's graduating with her bachelor's in nursing. And I'm just so, I'm a proud sister.
Yeah, with honors, right? Let's throw
with
that
honors. You gotta do the fade away when you say, with honors. Yeah. But she's graduating with honors, like, but the whole time I've been here, I've been giving. You know that, like, I've been hella busy. And so I'm drinking my coffee this morning out of 2 plastic cups. I'm double cups, you know what I'm saying? And that's okay. That's okay, because I'm getting it done. Meaning that we woke up this morning, you and I both were tired, but we are manifesting that we're going to have a very successful podcast. And we are going to touch the minds, the hearts, and the souls of people that's out here trying to navigate the world of academia, trying to navigate the world of empowering themselves and feeling good in who they are, male and female, Black or white. You know, I really believe that manifesting is where it's at. And it's every day, it's small goals. When I was writing my book, my doctoral study, it wasn't that I wrote it in one day. This is 5 chapters. That's the first time in my life that I had to be patient. Talk about instant gratification. I'm bad at that. Like, I'll be wanting it, like, if I want a Benz, I want it now. If I want 30-inch weed, I want it now. I don't want to order it and have to wait for it to come in the mail. I want it now. Where's the store at so I can buy it? I had to learn to be patient when I was writing my PhD dissertation. I had to, if I didn't learn anything else during that journey, I learned to be patient. Everything does not happen overnight, Ebony. Everything doesn't happen because you want it right then and there, Ebony. If you want it, you will work on it simultaneously with other things in life, because life's still gonna fucking happen. It ain't gonna be a bubble where you sitting there on your computer typing and nothing else is happening. People die every day. People lose their jobs every day. You in and out bad toxic relationships. You got people praying on your downfall. You know what I'm saying? It's so much that happens in life, But at the end of the day, you never lose focus on who you are. You never lose focus on your goals, your dreams, your ambition. You go out there and you ball out on your dreams. You stay lit on who you want to be. If people tell you ugly, you ain't gonna never do nothing, you be your biggest fan. You can't tell me I ain't lit. You can't tell me I ain't beautiful. You can't tell me I'm the smartest person. You can't tell me none of that. Because I know that for me. There's some days I wake up looking busted. I'm giving y'all lashes and ponytail today only because I knew I was being recorded. But there's days, Donald, you know these contacts ain't in. I got glasses. Hair is in a bonnet or a bonnet, like Alexis calls it. It's hilarious. I don't know why she just go get out. I swear she college educated. But I'm still lit. Because I don't care if I'm not looking my best of the best, guess what? It's lit in my mind. You can't take nothing away from me because you can't take my mind away from me. You can't take the hustle away from me. You damn sure can't take my degrees away from me. So all the things that matter that you can't take away from me, I'm lit. You can't take it away from me. And I want other people, when you talk about the planet's going to be aligned tomorrow, that's just like, it sparks something in me. Like, it's been so many nights I cried. It's been so many nights I've been broke. It's been so many nights I didn't have nothing. I remember sitting on Piedmont Road at a Barnes and Noble. And it was gonna make me cry just thinking about it. Like, I literally was sitting there. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. All my family is in Michigan, y'all. Okay? Sitting at the Barnes and Noble, I went and sat in the back. I had just finished studying for hours at the Starbucks that was inside of the Barnes and Noble. You know, I would tell y'all, I would be there from 8 o'clock in the morning to 8 o'clock at night. I lived, and this is before Starbucks had all the little protein boxes and all of the macchiatos. And I'm talking about straight up coffee and cookies. Pastry.
That was back then. Oh, yeah. We're not going to name the year, but it was back there.
I know I've been getting degrees my whole life, sure, okay? Well, this is my first year never being in school. And I've been in school since I was in kindergarten, preschool. But I sat in the back of Barnes and Noble. I had in my bank account, before I went back there, I had to purchase my books. This was like, I think this was my first year when I was working on my doctorate. I had to purchase my books. My books for one class, one of the books was $1,000. The other ones, everything I think equated to like $1,800. And I literally knew that when I paid for these books, I would be dead ass broke until I got my next little ass paycheck, okay? So I had to save up for these books. I purchased those books and I literally had like $5 in my pocket, sat in the back of Barnes and Noble, and I cried. After I hit that purchase button, I fucking cried. I had enough gas money to get me back and forth to like classes or what. I had enough just to do the bare minimum. But I say all that to say, y'all, whatever you know is for you, ordained for you, your higher power has placed you here for to fill your vessel with, which is your body. Whatever is for you, you do it. You ball out on yourself. You stay lit for you. I purchased them books because I knew to become Dr. Coleman, I had to invest in myself. Period. And because if I wasn't going to do it because I wanted to get my nails done or get some hair and some lashes, or I wanted to go out to the club, if I didn't invest in myself and spend it on some frivolous ass shit, right now in 2020, I know we're gonna broadcast this in 2021, but we broadcasting in 2020 right now. I knew that if I didn't invest in myself right then and there, I wouldn't be where I am today. And I'm not sitting here as a millionaire yet, but I got a fucking millionaire mindset, period. I have drebonycoleman.com, period. I have a wellness coaching business. I have a fitness wear business. I'm writing ebooks. I'm co-hosting on multiple different platforms. But I say all that to say, not to brag, but you better be all out on you. Because whatever it is that you want to do, ain't nobody going to be lit like you are in your own dreams. Your 911 emergency is somebody else's just fleeting thoughts. Don't nobody really care for real. So you better care about yourself, and you better go out and do above and beyond for you. Or you're going to be depressed. You're going to be sad. You're going to be wishing and thinking and shitting on other people's dreams because you didn't want to make yours happen. Period. Ain't no, a hater is somebody that had a dream but wasn't ambitious enough to ball out on themselves. Period. That's all it is. Because we all can do it. Everybody that's around here looking beautiful on social media was ugly. They just got money. Period. You want that body? Don't hate on Black China because her body look good, or Bernice Burgos because her body look good. You want that body? Either go work out or get you some money and get that body. Period.
And it's so funny. It's funny you say that. It's funny. Because you touched on a whole lot. You touched on a lot, and you probably don't even.
Tangents, Donald. You know I'm off on my tangents.
I know, but it was just like, it was so like you just lit a fire, like, and I think that's just one of more things. First of all, y'all Leos, literally. So when they have that spark, it never dies. And now my windy ass Libra self is about to add to it. So let's get into it.
Let's do it.
So I think one thing you touched on, definitely believing in yourself and your dreams, because I think that's one thing we both pride ourselves on, is the transparency. And I know throughout journeys in academia, you're going to fail. You're going to have moments when you're going to fail. And I think the sooner you accept that, the more resilient you will be when it happens. And I know last semester, when COVID hit, we had just switched to online. I was stressed. I was anxious. I remember just thinking like how, most of my professors had never even taught online before. So I'm like, wow, I'm really over here sitting just, really just depressed. I'm over here like, how am I about to get all this work done? You know what I mean? Like, how am I going to sit here and, do this, right? So I remember I was taking an intro to biology, the lab and lecture, and I remember I was like, this is too much for me. It's too much. So I ended up withdrawing from both classes, and that devastated me because I'm like, wow, I'm thinking in my head, I can't do this. You know what I mean? Like I'm a failure. I'm supposed to just be the Superman. I'm a Black man in STEM. It's already hard enough. And, I had to pick myself up. I'm like, okay, get it together. And I retook the class and got B's and higher in both of them. So I say that not to flex or whatever you want to call it, but I say that to just acknowledge that we aren't perfect either. And I think none of us, or at least both of us here, we aren't saying that we should be put up on some sort of pedestal. We're saying this because life happens, and you're going to have moments of doubt. You're going to question your self-worth. You're going to question your life's mission statement, because we all have one. You're going to question it. And I think it's okay, but as long as you realize that if you want to make something happen, you have to get out there and do it. And whether or not people support you, I think I had to learn that too. Like, whether or not someone supports me is irrelevant. If this is something that I want to do, I'm just going to have to stand 10 toes tall, pull up them big boy britches, and I'm going to have to get it. And I think in 2021, as we are heading into 2021, I think this energy, because I'm going to be honest with you, I'm excited for the new year. I have so many different projects I'm working on. I have this podcast I'm starting and organization. I'm founding
Yay.
and starting an
I love
organization on my
that.
campus.
Okay.
Y'all stay tuned for that.
Okay. Look, what you mean? Hot seat. You didn't tell me about that.
Yeah, I haven't told anyone. This is just, I had a dream, I had a vision, and I'm excited. That's all I'm gonna say on it. It's definitely, it's gonna set some tongues wagging. It's going to turn some heads. But I feel good about this. I feel like having this podcast, and also I'm also gonna do research next semester. It's just all of this. I'm saying this because I feel good. Like you said, being in a happy place. Like I feel like I'm finally getting to my happy place.
Exactly.
And all of these transformative energies that we're about to experience in these next couple of weeks, I think are only just going to jumpstart that. You know what I mean? So I'm excited. I'm excited.
You know, I'm so happy for, I don't know why I'm so emotional. I am on my period. So maybe that's why I'm so emotional, but
also, okay, you can keep talking, but for those who are watching, I'm gonna get up and go get the charger for my laptop because it's gonna die, and it's ghetto, but I don't care.
Okay, so I feel so emotional. I'm so happy because I'm the eldest of 7. We are a blended family, and like I said in the beginning of the podcast, we will get into like the crux of our relationship, Donald and I, and we will talk about our family and all of that. We'll make sure we have a show that's dedicated to that. But I just feel so happy for you, Donald. I feel so happy for Alexis, all of my siblings, because I always want to set an example. I want to set an example for y'all. I want y'all to be the best y'all. I want y'all to be better than me, period. Like, I look at y'all as my babies, like my kids. Like, it's nobody in this world that I love more than my family. Like, I love, like, when y'all tell me y'all doing stuff, I'm so happy. Like, it's just like a feeling that come over me that just makes me want to cry. It makes me want to just, because when to sit here and say that I was unapologetic and I'm just living life and I don't give, that's a fucking lie for me. So to see that you guys have that, it just makes me proud. It makes me feel like, despite like all my degrees and doing this, and y'all happy internally. Y'all feel like y'all good people. Y'all are good people. Y'all out here doing shit. I'm so proud of you guys. And I'm so happy that you can sit here and say that you unapologetic and you get into a place where you don't care about what other people think and you own it who you are. That makes me, if y'all were to do nothing else in life, which I know y'all gonna do way more, it makes me happy to know that you guys are living your true selves and you don't care about what society says or what people say or what people are gonna think. That right there is a gem, it's a jewel that a lot of people don't have. I love that. If I ain't never tell you anything, I love that about you. I love that about my little Lexi. I love that about all my siblings. To be you, own it, walk in it, relish in it.
Yeah, I definitely, no, I agree. I think that's something like we all share, you know, all of our siblings, is that we definitely, like I said, we will definitely have an episode where we're going to talk about our blended family. Because that is an experience within itself. I think for some, it's an extra joy. Some people, it's an extra layer of difficulty, you know. But I think in our situation, I think regardless on what side of the coin you land on, I think all of us, I think we're all unique, and that's what I appreciate about us. I think all of our backgrounds, our walks of life, our experiences, our sad, like our lowest lows and our highest highs, I think that's what kind of will always bind us together. I think no matter where we are, what location, whether it be across the globe, whether we in the same time zone, I think that's what binds us together. I think just
I
because
agree.
we are all in some shape, way, or form unapologetic with ourselves. I think our experiences have shaped us up to be like that. I think, especially, I think due to our upbringing, I think we were just all taught, you know, maybe not directly, but indirectly, some of the lessons we learned growing up basically shaped us to how we are today. And I think that's what kind of just inspires me, I think. And I don't, not to fill up their egos, because all my siblings, my sisters, they don't need any more ego inflation. But I think I do look up to my siblings. I think each of them paved the way for me in certain ways, and certain ways, I kind of ended up paying for their sins. But I mean, hey, the youngest, okay, we get the good and the bad. So if you the youngest,
That's that.
you can agree with me.
I agree.
We get the flack. We get it. We just don't
I agree.
showcase it.
I know.
But we handle it with so much grace, and we handle it with so much composure. Yeah, right? That's the right word.
Yeah.
Uh,
I agree.
and I think,
even if it was the wrong word, I'm like, yeah, you better say that wrong ass word. It's right today.
Listen, y'all, again, it is early on a beautiful Sunday, and I'm drinking coffee, so y'all can leave me alone. But I just think, at the end of the day, like, even with my own career path, I can already tell, I don't want to follow the traditional route.
Yeah.
I want to experience things. I want to see things. I want to do things, like starting this org on my campus. Like, I think for me, just to give a little teaser about it, I just had a vision that I want to have an organization where other like-minded professionals can come together and we can network and we can relish the fact that we're multicultural. We all come from different backgrounds, but we can come together as one for a common goal and a common purpose. And I think, especially in these times, in these divided times, I should say, that's really needed. And especially on a campus from a PWI, like, I think what I'm trying to do, I think will definitely change a lot. And I'm excited for that change. I feel like it's needed. And even if this doesn't happen, even if I don't get approval or whatever the case may be, I know in my heart that I was always set out to be a trailblazer. I think anyone in my family can agree that I just have some uniqueness about me that just attracts me to other people. And I think, and correct me and stop me if I get a little bit too gloaty, but I think, I don't know, I was just always set out to just be the first in something or start something.
I like that.
And I don't know, I've always had that, like, even growing up, like, I always try not to showcase it because, you don't want to come off as like arrogant or cocky or, even like, I'll be honest, I hate people that come across like that because, like, what?
Right.
Like, that's so standoffish. But I just always had a vision in my heart. I just wanted to be the change, like, good. Do you know what I mean? And if it's in this capacity, then I'm ready for it. So that's why I say wholeheartedly, I think 2021 is the year of growth. It's going to be the year of change. It's the year of new beginnings. Like this podcast. This is new for me. This is I've never been in the limelight, I say, in this capacity. So I'm excited. And I'm excited for the conversations. I'm excited because, y'all, we have some things lined up.
We do.
When I tell y'all, we are going to talk about everything from mental health to wellness to politics to current events, personal stories, and also hopefully by the time this is up, We already have our Instagram and stuff set up, so you guys
Yes.
can send us and DM us topics and questions that you would like us to talk about. And hopefully we will be having some special guests appear on the show, because yeah, who don't love a little special cameo every now and then?
Of course.
But yeah, and I say all that just to acknowledge, especially the work that you put into, and I think that's kind of how I want to start to wind things down. Is y'all, if y'all ever get the chance, please look up her dissertation. I'm pretty sure you can find it somewhere online. But it was so beautifully written. I think everything about that dissertation was beautiful. I think the work and the time, because I know personally quite a few PhD students, and I know the work and the stress y'all put into your discipline, and I know that it's not easy, and especially being a woman of color, it's just that extra layer of difficulty that no one else will unfortunately understand if you aren't in that situation. So please, you guys, take the time out to read that dissertation. She talks about a lot of different things. She highlights a lot of her research. And I can say, you did the damn thing with that.
Thank you, brother.
You definitely showcased your abilities, your talent. You are a woman of no small talent. Whether it be,
That's so sweet.
Yes, for those who are watching, she's getting a little teary-eyed.
I know. I'm trying to keep my life together. I told you I've been real emotional.
Y'all, she's probably gonna cry when I stop recording, but
right.
It's okay. We'll have 5 minutes to debrief and cry. But I say that not only just because she's my sister, but literally she is a woman of no small talent. She is resilient. I can say all of my siblings are resilient in some shape, way, or form. I think with the work that you're doing, it's essential. And I say that because we need more Black educated women, first of all, in all disciplines, first and foremost, but especially in the mental health department, because unfortunately, even in 2021, Black mental health is still stigmatized in a lot of different areas, communities. And even I just did a project in one of my classes where I talked about how ADHD and African American children often goes undiagnosed because, again, lack of resources, I want to say, lack of just having those resources to get your children help and to really just have those resources. So I think the work that you're doing is phenomenal.
I really appreciate that, and I love how you talk about statistics and research and what you're reading, and because all of that is so important. As you continue throughout this world, it's important to know what's the new research. Looking at research studies, that's how you educate yourself. That's how you are able to be proactive in life's journey. You have to know what scientists are developing, what's working, what's not working, what are triggers to look out for. Because if you don't know, you're living in a world where social media or the quote unquote news is telling you what to think and how to interact in the world. So be your own proponent in life. So I think research is very, very important. It's hard for me to sometimes take myself serious when I have this red double cup and I'm talking about research. I swear to y'all, it's coffee in here.
Okay, yeah, we will definitely. Okay, this is the first episode, and we knew it was gonna be a little ratchet than most. It's probably gonna be longer than most, but that's okay. Usually I have my you seeing my caffeine mug, and it's so I love it. Just because it literally has the chemical equation balance of caffeine.
I love it.
Y'all don't know, but I'll feature it on the next episode. But sometimes you just gotta double cup it up, and sometimes you just gotta gas station coffee. I mean,
exactly. Sometimes you need an extra strength. coffee, okay? Lord.
No, this is really. I've been dying to say this, but that coffee has a kick to it. Okay, I'm feeling it. And that's why I'm just like, oh, all right, I can get through the day now. Let's go.
I know that's right. I ain't gonna lie, I'm probably taking a nap after this. I got to lay back down.
Oh, I can't take a nap. No.
I got to. I gotta lay it. It's been crazy. Like my week has been crazy, like nonstop. I need to tune it down. But going back to what you were saying, like I appreciate the accolade. I appreciate the acknowledgement. I love that as your older sister, I'm able to pour into you in those ways. You know, I am by no means perfect. You know that. I have had challenges in life. I have hurdles I had to overcome. And I had this conversation with Donna last week, or it might have been the week before last. And this is kind of like why we decided to name our podcast Unapologetic Conversations with the Colemans, because I had finally gotten to a point where I'm so happy where I am that nobody can say anything to me that will make me unhappy. No one can bring up anything in my past. No one can try to like rain or shit on my parade. Like I am finally at a point where I'm good with me, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And so to see that in you guys, and to see that just in my siblings as a whole, and you, I'm happy. I'm so proud of that. If I never had kids, y'all my kids. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, I'm feeling Nicki Minaj. Oh, it's my sons. You know what I'm saying? Like, but honestly, like that is just how I feel. Like I'm happy. I'm happy. If I don't do anything else in this world but have became a doctor, been well traveled, like poured into my siblings, positivity and positive ambition, I'm good. Good. Because I've done that. So I thank you, and I'm so happy to start this new journey with you in our podcasting world, and to see you thriving in academia. We about to do the damn thing, and I'm happy that we can do it together. So
now you're about to make me cry. Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Like this is just, it's real. Like I'm really happy about this moment. I'm so happy to be doing a podcast with my brother.
Yeah, I think, and I just, like I said, I think this will not only be good for us. I think as we foster our relationship.
Yeah.
But I think this will be good for a lot of people, because we both come from underrepresented groups and minorities, and I think that that speaks volumes. And I'm so happy to get into my experiences, to get into your experiences. I think all that is very important to talk about, but as y'all well know, we are goofy, so we're gonna have our goofy moments. And I think it's just important that, as you're sitting here, listen to us, where you driving to work, or you get through the day, you have some assignments due, or you in that Zoom meeting, but you really should be paying attention to what they're talking about. Whatever the case may be, we don't judge. This is a no judgment zone.
That's fair.
But yeah, I'm just really excited to get into this. I think this will be so transformative.
I agree.
And I'm going to say it again, transformative for the both of us. I think as we, and tomorrow, I'm so ready. I can already feel like that just alignment.
I can feel it. As soon as you said it, I was like, yeah, tomorrow is going to be the day. Like as soon as I'm going to take a nap the rest of today, because I'm trying to like speed today up for tomorrow. Okay, I'm excited about that. And I know we have to get ready to close out, because this has been longer than probably we needed it to be.
But it's the first episode.
Yeah.
And we're unapologetic about it.
That's facts. We're gonna take 2 hours of y'all day. Facts. Run them 2 hours. Run me my 2 hours, okay?
So I think just to start to close things out, just a couple of housekeeping things. So this episode will be released probably around the 1st or the 2nd of the new year. It will be available on all streaming platforms. So wherever you're listening to on this, whether it be Spotify, Apple Podcast, or wherever you stream your podcast, this will be available. If you are watching this, I'm pretty sure this might be uploaded on YouTube or whatever. We're still in the works of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, and by the time this is up, also make sure that you follow the podcast Instagram. That's where you can DM us questions, whether you want us to talk about a certain topic. And also that if you are interested in being a special guest, that's where you can reach us as well. Or on our individual socials. I'm pretty sure we'll link that below wherever you're viewing this at. I think that is about it. Was there anything else from you?
I just want to leave everyone with a positive affirmation, and that is whatever it is that you want to do in life, today is the day to do it. Whether you're starting small, whether you feel like you're starting big, the first thing to do to accomplish that goal is to just do it. As Nike says, do it. Small increments will over time become big increments. So just start today. And as I always tell my wellness coaching and my mentees, go be great. Despite it all, go be great. So that's how I want to leave everyone today, is to just do it and go be great.
That is some excellent advice to give. That kind of reflects us. We just decided, we picked a day, and we did it. So we really did it. This is our first episode of the first season of our new podcast. I want to thank you guys so much for joining us. Again, this is the Unapologetic Conversation with the Colemans. I am Donald Coleman, and this is
Dr. Ebony Coleman.
I was just waiting. I was like, I know she's going to get the cue. And remember, guys, please check out her website. Again, she does wellness coaching. She has her mentorship program. She also has fitness wear and curve wear. And if you follow her on social media, I'm pretty sure you can stay updated with any changes made to the website. She does sales quite frequently. And who knows, she may be doing a happy holiday season sale soon. Hint, hint.
Close out of the December. Yes, I definitely need to do that for sure.
And if you definitely tune in for the podcast in future episodes, you may get special deals. Hint, hint, hint. So stay tuned for those. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. And we will see you guys in the next episode. Again, happy holidays. When you're listening to this, stay safe. Have a great new year. Please. Remember, manifestation is key, but it takes the work and the drive to get things done. All right. We'll see you guys in the next episode.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.